Education and with Country Craft Creations, and I'm here today to share with you my second design team project using Blue Fern Studio's Lucky Star collection. It is absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful collection. I'm really enjoying working with it, and I have a really nice decor project that I'm going to do today. Let's go first by going through what we're going to use. I know at the beginning of this you've already seen the finished product. I'm going to take you through kind of a walkthrough of what I'm going to do. It's going to be kind of a short tutorial, but it's going to be a tutorial. Let's put it that way. So the challenge with this paper collection that I got with the package is that I'd had 10 papers to play with, and this particular collection only has the 10 papers, and I only received one paper of each of the designs, so I was trying to maximize the use of this. When I saw this particular page and I saw the cut-aparts, this inspired me to want to do a decor piece with a picture of my grandson and my granddaughter. When my grandson was born. So he's 3 now, so you know, it's taken me a while to make this, but you know, sometimes you have to just wait until, you know, the proper page comes along or the proper paper, whatever, and you get the inspiration and then you go ahead and do it. So in the cut-aparts for this collection, there was one that says The Little Princess and one that says Le Petit Prince. So I immediately was like, okay, I have the perfect picture I want to put on this page, and I know what I'm going to do. So that's where the inspiration for this came from. So this will only take a couple cut-aparts, and it will take a piece of the pattern paper. And then I'm also going to use this die-cut chipboard piece that came with my design team package, and this is for this paper collection. And on the back, so you can see what it looked like before I got a hold of it, and then I painted it with some metallic paint. So I had some of this in my stash, so I thought that would be perfect. It would kind of bring out the browns in the paper. There's a little bit in there. So I went ahead and painted it and made it kind of glittery. I hope you can see that. It's really pretty. But this is a clock, and it has the moon and a bird and stars and all kinds of stuff in it. And I thought this was really, really pretty, and I wanted to incorporate this into my layout. So I painted it, let it dry, so got that prepared. So then this is the packaging that came with that die cut, and I gotta tell you, the packaging paper is just as awesome as the paper itself. So I am going to use that to mat these cut-aparts. So I'm gonna do that, and I will ink the edges with my distress ink. In the design team package, so I got this paper. This is the one I've chosen to do for this layout. And I just think it's absolutely a stunning paper, and the owl and the colors and everything is just beautiful. So I'm going to work, this is going to be the base. I am going to go ahead and ink that, ink the edges as well. And then in the design team package, I also received this yellow shimmer paper from My Colors cardstock. So I got that. This is a piece of blue Artisan cardstock from my stash that I'm going to use. And then I also got this blue kind of embossed polka dot paper. Excuse me. So I'm going to use this as the photo map. I got the purple as well. So the purple, the blue embossed, and the yellow here I got in my design team package. So I'm going to use this to frame my picture, and I dug out my punches to create the border for this because I thought it needed something fancier than just, you know, a square cut. So I did that, and then you see that I've got these punched out, and you're probably wondering why I'm gonna do that. So because I only got one sheet of this, and I'm trying to maximize what I've got. This is going to end up being just a slight, like 1/8 inch border for my paper, so I'm going to end up wasting all of this. So I used my frame punch board from We Are Memory Keepers, and I set it at 1 inch, and I punched around, and then I'm going to just cut that piece out. Now, you could just use a ruler if you wanted to and do that. Whatever works for you, but I just went ahead and used that. And I'm going to end up saving this middle section for my third project for this design team package. And then this is going to go on the back of it to kind of cover that hole made from the frame up. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I had bought this from Country Craft Creations. They're called Click Sticks, and it's a way to hang up your art. Now this one happens to be a 12 by 12, so it's perfect for a 12 by 12 picture. So I'm going to use this to actually hang this once I am done creating it. So I have that, and I do believe some 9-inch sticks are still available, and I think she has a couple of the 12-inch, so you'll have to go to Country Craft Creations at countrycraftcreations.com and see if you can get those. And if not, you could do a traditional, you know, punch a hole, set an eyelet, and then use some ribbon and hang this up. You could put this in a photo frame as well. I'm going to put some flowers on it and make it pretty 3D. So if you put it in a frame, you're going to need to like not have glass in it or use a shadow box or something like that. But you could totally do it that way too. So however you want to hang it, I'm going to use my Click Sticks for this. And then I went through my stash. I got some bling that I think I'm going to use. And I had this really pretty flower that, you know, I think goes absolutely perfect. And I don't even know when I got that, but look at how perfect the colors are. So I'm going to use that. Then I had some butterflies. And then I had this chipboard butterfly that I tested the paint on before I painted this die cut because I only had one. And it worked out pretty good. So I'm going to use that butterfly on this as well. And then I've got one flat back pearl. Hi everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creation, and I'm here today to share with you my second design team project that I'm doing for Country Craft Creations using the Blue Fern Studio's Lucky Star collection. This collection is so pretty that when I first saw it, I was just blown away. So you guys have already seen my first tutorial so far. This is my second. And it's not really so much a tutorial as a walkthrough, but I'm going to tell you exactly how I did everything. And then I'm going to show you these cool little toys that I got from Country Craft Creations that will allow me to hang this up. So what I did today is a 12 by 12 decor piece that I'm going to hang on my wall. So this background paper here was so pretty, and I thought it was perfect for what I was thinking. But when I saw the 3x4 cut-aparts, I totally knew exactly which picture I wanted to use of my grandson and my granddaughter when my grandson was first born. So now he just turned 3, so I'm a little late in getting a picture up, but, you know, better late than never, right? So in the design team package, I got this beautiful die cut here, and I painted it with some metallic paint. I had tested it on this butterfly here, this chipboard butterfly that I had in my stash, and it worked really well. So I used it on here, and I think that the colors kind of brought out, it's not too dark, but it's not too gold. It's more bronzy, and I think it kind of brings out some of the subtle browns that are in this paper. So I painted it, let it dry, and then went ahead and put it all together. So let me tell you how I put it together. So this is a yellow shimmer cardstock that I used, and I used my We Are Memory Keepers frame punch to punch a 1-inch frame behind, and then I saved this inner piece so that I could use it for later. So I wanted a subtle yellow border around my cardstock, or my pattern paper, excuse me. So I cut my pattern paper 1/8 of an inch off each side, and then I left the yellow shimmer 12 by 12, so I had this, you know, 1-inch frame behind it to mat it, saved that inner piece, and then on the back of it I put a piece of my Artisan blue cardstock to cover the hole that the yellow paper left. And it worked out just perfect. So I could keep some of the yellow shimmer cardstock for the design team package for my next project. And I could also frame it. I didn't want to use the yellow inside because I thought maybe it might be too much. But I think having it on the border kind of made some of the yellow in this pop. And I think it framed it absolutely beautifully. So that's what I did. So it's a 1-inch frame behind this pattern paper, and the pattern paper I cut 1/8 of an inch off each side, so it actually measures 11 3/4 by 11 3/4, and then glued all of those layers together. Then I got my old punches out, and I used, let me see, in the design team package, I got a sheet of the My Colors paper that is the polka dot embossed papers, and so I used a piece of that to create this punched border. And then in my design team package, I also got a sheet of the My Colors in this lavender color, so I used that as the frame. So I didn't get permission from the kids yet to put the picture on YouTube, so this is where the picture is going to go. So it's going to be subtly framed by the purple and the blue punched frame. So I think it's going to be really, really pretty once I get that picture in there. So the steps were to paint this and get it ready to go. So I had to paint it, let it dry. I tested my butterfly, and it worked out so well that I decided to use that too. So I did that. Okay, so those are done ahead of time. Then I cut my pattern paper down, made my 1-inch frame with the yellow paper, and then I glued all 3 of those paper layers together, made the mats, and glued those on the page. And then I glued this on top next, except for I didn't obviously glue underneath here because I wanted to slip the picture underneath. I wanted that little peek of picture underneath, you know, this die cut. So then the cut-aparts, excuse me, that inspired this whole layout, I went ahead and inked the edges, and then I don't know if I did, what did I do with the packaging? The packaging for this, the paper is so exquisite behind there that I recycled it and I used it. It had this really pretty fleur-de-lis pattern in a kind of a very light blue, so it just subtly frames my cut-aparts. So I use that. So that's kind of like, you know, a hint or tip to make your stuff actually last a little bit longer, to go a little bit farther. I used that, and it was just perfectly big enough to do a 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 inch mat behind my 3x4 cut-aparts. So I did that, and then I popped them up with pop dots and kind of layered them and put them where I wanted them. And then what I did was I went through my stash and I found some stuff. So I had some bling from a swap that I did, thank you Sheila, and I added a little bit of bling. I had a flat back pearl that I put in the clock hands, so I went ahead and did that. And then I had this flower cluster in my stash that matched everything absolutely, like it couldn't have been planned any better. So I used that, and I just put the cluster of flowers here, and then I had these beautiful glittered butterflies, so I added a few butterflies. And that was it, pretty simple. And then I decided, so how are you going to hang it? So I am going to use these click sticks. So I got these from Country Craft Creations. They came in here, and they were, they're 12 by 12, so they hold a 12 by 12. She has some more 9 by 9s up in the shop, and I believe she said she has some 12 by 12s in the other colors, or some other colors. So you might want to check that out, but they're really cool because you can go ahead and use them to hang up a thing, you know, a photo, but then you can also, because they come apart, they're magnet, you can change this out if you wanted to. Now, I don't know why I'd ever want to. I want this to hang up forever. But anyway, so because it is dimensional, I can't put it in a traditional photo frame. So if you're going to put it in a photo frame, you need to either take the glass out, or you need to get a shadow box type thing, because there is a lot of dimension to this. But the click stick is going to work out just fine. The only thing that I did not plan for, and this is my mess up, is that I put stuff too close to the bottom. So I can't use the bottom stick like I wanted to. But that's okay, because you know what? I could save this and use this for another project, because all I need to hang it is one, and it's not that heavy, so it's not going to fall out. So you're just going to take it and put your layout in and click it down. So the next time I do something like this, I'm going to double check and make sure that my borders are a little bit where I could do that, because this, I didn't give myself enough border, but it's okay, because I can take this out, I can change it, I can put it into another frame, but this is just an idea. So if you're interested, go check out Country Craft Creations and see, you know, what colors they have. I'm gonna use this for another project, because I'll be able to, you know, I'll be able to recycle that. I'll figure that out. But anyways, that is my second project. I don't normally do 12 by 12 layouts, because I don't normally do 12 by 12 albums, but for a hanging, for a wall hanging, this is absolutely going to be perfect for the photo that I had picked out. So I just wanted to show you. This took one sheet of pattern paper and a couple cutouts, and I still have a couple sheets of pattern paper and more cutouts left over, so I can use those for another project. So thanks for hanging with me and watching, and I will be back soon with my third tutorial. Have a nice day and stay crafty. Thanks. Bye-bye.